Max Eden is a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute. He joins us tonight. Max, thanks so much for coming on. How widespread is this poison? And it is poison.
Yeah, Tucker, it's hard to get a good grasp at exactly how widespread it is. You see things on social media. You would like to think they're anecdotes, but when you see a school district like Buffalo just put that out there as though they're proud of it, it's cause for deep alarm. I mean, that came from the school district's Department of Culturally Responsive Education, right? And New York State adopted statewide standards in culturally responsive education, the architect of which was an education professor who has literally said that it is white supremacism to expect black students to read and speak American Standard English. Just the other week, another superintendent in New York said that we shouldn't teach the success stories of black Americans because doing so somehow denies or undercuts the ideas of systemic racism. I think we can expect that this is full-on states have committed to it. Individual teachers who have a sense of social justice defined by critical race theory are going to take it into their own hands, even if it's not necessarily on the school district's website.
So let's get to the core idea that I think we should work to fight, and that is the idea of blood guilt. The idea that some people are born with guilt, some people are born inferior, some people are born superior. We rejected that as a nation a long time ago. We have a monument on the Mall as a testament to the fact we reject it. How common is that lie in our schools?
Yeah, well, I think this really ties into the 1619 Project, which, you discussed the falsehoods of it, but I think the audience needs to realize this isn't just being adopted in major school districts. Teachers are taking it into their own hands. And the true purpose of this, according to Nicole Hannah-Jones, is to advance reparations. And she has said further from that that's her goal because she decided that it was more realistic than, and I quote, "How can we stop white Americans from being white?" Now, curriculum can't affect skin color. What this is about is what you're saying. It's about blood guilt. It's about this critical ideology that takes things that you and I and most Americans think are virtues, things like the nuclear family, things like a sense of urgency, delayed gratification, defines them as whiteness and tells your kids that it's your job to dismantle white supremacism.
They have no right to do this. They have no right to destroy our children. They have no right to destroy our schools. And soon we're gonna put an email address on our screen starting tomorrow and going forward. For any parents who've seen examples of this, please send them to us. I agree with you, Max, that this is likely ubiquitous, and until we know its extent, we really can't fight against it, which we should do. Maxine, I hope you'll come back. Thank you.
Yeah, we'd love to. Thank you.
Well, just a few months ago, and you'll remember this story, the City Council of Minneapolis decided to defund the police. What could happen next? Crime went up, it turned out, in Minneapolis. And guess who's upset about it? The people who defunded the police. And guess who they're blaming? The police! One of the great stories ever. Stay tuned.